Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, always the one and only blackest lady in the Black Africa. He's here on Sarigo. We will deep in our topic of today in a few seconds to come. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. So the topic of today is what I learned from soccer teams, and there are three main points I learned from these teams that I'm going to share them here so that we can see how they're going to impact our lives in a positive way. So the soccer teams, before they have their matches, before they have any match ahead of them, there are some things that they need to do for them to be successful in that match. And one of the 3 points that I kept aside for today, the first point of today is these soccer teams, they do preparations. They do preparations ahead of their match that they will be having. And the preparations that they do, they are the simple preparations. That's check on their uniforms, check on their shoes, and they check on their diet also. When we say they check on their diet, they check on what they eat, because you can't eat a lot of food and you have a match ahead of you, or you can't take anything that is not healthy to you, yet you need to have a match ahead of you. So the same thing in our lives, we need to be like these teams. The same way they do preparations for their matches, we need to do preparations for our lives. We need to do preparations for our careers ahead of us. And the second thing I learned from these teams is they do practice or they do training. They do practice or they do training. This is very early in the morning. They wake up, they go to the pitch, and they start training tactics here and there on how they are going to face the match ahead of them, and they train it to their level best. They do it to their level best. The same point that is going to apply to our lives. Once we have done the preparations of our careers, we need to do the practice, or we need to do some trainings on what we need in our lives. We need to do some practice to our careers. We need to do practice to our lives. Not only do the preparation, sit and wait for everything to happen. We need to keep on moving and doing the practice that's going to make our goals, to make us accomplish our goals. And the last point that I learned from this soccer teams, and when I say soccer teams, I know most of us call them football teams. We have football and we have soccer, and when I talk of soccer, we have a lot of teams, and I will just mention a few. We have Manchester United, we have soccer teams like Arsenal, we have soccer teams like Liverpool, we have soccer teams like Man City, we have soccer teams like Leicester City. Name them all. Those just to mention but a few. These are the soccer teams. And the football teams, actually I can't say that I can mention some, but football and soccer, in any football, any soccer match, they have the preparation. So the third thing, as I was saying, that the third and main thing that I learned from these soccer teams, it's now the time they're facing the challenge. When I say they're facing the challenge, it's the time that they have the match they have been preparing for. And when they start this match, they have always a mentality of winning. They're always positive, like we will have this one, we will win this match, we will do will be winners in this match. And once they go to the match, the preparations that they were doing, the trainings that they were doing, the practice that they were doing, this is where they implement them. They use the tactics that they were learning, they use everything that they were doing for their level best in order to have a win in this match. And when I say everything to their best, most of us have had a chance to watch a football match, and you always soccer match, and you always see the way they do play their footballs. And once it's done, once the game is done, obviously between the two there will be a winner and there will be a loser. And even if they draw, they will go ahead for the 15 minutes, they will go ahead for the penalty until that winner is found. And once a winner is found, it's a celebration for the winning team. They do a lot of celebration. I'm going to focus more on the losing team, and I want us to learn something from this losing team. The losing team, when they lose, they don't just like sleep and don't do anything because they lost. Actually, what they do is they go ahead and prepare, and they do more training, and they work on their mistakes, and they work on new tactics on how to win the next match. Immediately from there, they start planning for the next match. And for you fans, for us fans, when our team loses, we'll be like, you will see us next season, you will see us. So that positive mentality that we have, next season they're going to do better, and next season also the team itself, it has that impact that they're going to do better, and they work hard. And that's why you find like in every time there is a tournament, always, it's not always the same team that wins. Like now we have a World Cup ahead of us that's going to be played around before the end of this year. As all this has been happening for some time back, it's not only one team that has been having this cup since the World Cup soccer started. There are different teams that have got to win this final cup and take the golden trophy home. It's the same thing I want us to imply in our lives. Wherever that you have done your preparations, you have done your practice, and it has reached the time you face the challenge and you lose, don't sleep. Wake up, start practicing more, start working harder to achieve your goals. The same thing happens to these teams. They work harder, and maybe the next season you find they are the ones who have won the gold trophy. It's the same thing that in our lives also. Let us keep on working harder in our lives in order to win the trophy ahead, that is to achieve our careers, to achieve our goals. That will be a very nice fulfillment in our lives. And before I leave today, there's a parting shot that I'm going to give, and the author is unknown, but it's going to impact positively in our lives, and that is: never doubt yourself. You are more capable, so much more than you think. Never doubt yourself. You are more capable, so much more than you think. Don't think that you can't do anything. You can do more than you think you can do. The thing is, practice, prepare, practice, and face the challenge, and you're going to make it in your life. Until next week, same time, same place, and stay tuned. Until next week, we are going to meet again for a different topic. Thank you so much. And if it's your first time here, please take that step, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it to your friend, so that we can encourage each other in our life. Thank you so much. Until next time, see you.